video of where we stand now. I got the old small block Chevy pulled out. About to, well, I want to clean it up. That's just me being OCD. There's no point really. But so the C10 that TJ has, last night we got the engine pulled out of it, and I got the 700 R4 that I bought off of him. That's gonna go in the Foxbody. I also got my Sniper EFI off. I'm probably gonna take this home tonight and clean it because it's kind of been sitting and it's dusty. You know, it's a really nice piece, so I want it to look good. Sorry for the wind noise, but anyways, here's the 700 R4 that I just got done painting purple. I think I turned out pretty good. I didn't prep it very good. I didn't really I just wanted to put color on it. I wasn't going to try to do like a professional job or anything, but yeah, that's the trans. It still has the old torque converter in it. I'm not sure what torque converter that is. It came out of that truck over there, but I do have my Thor converter in the car. I'm going to try to get this dried, and then I'm going to get it mounted to that today. And then I'm really impatient and I really want to stick it in the car. I have the motor mounts and everything, but sorry for my sniffling again. I don't have a cross member for the transmission yet, and it's driving me nuts because I want to put this in the car so freaking bad right now. So I may go ahead and put it in and see if TJ can help me fab something up to kind of hold it for now, just kind of like a mock-up, so I can start getting some other stuff ready until I can get an actual BMR cross member. But I haven't showed y'all this car yet, and I know I haven't been on my channel in a long time and I haven't made any videos, but this is my 1985 Foxbody. Came with a obviously a 302. It was a flat tappet cam car. When I got it, it had a wiped cam. Took the cam out, and I was hoping that it was, oh shit, well, I don't need to pop that because it's empty, but I don't know how well you can see. The car is purple, pretty much the same color as my transmission now. What do you think of that? I thought that was funny. Anyways, as I was saying, had a wiped cam. Took the cam out, and lifters. It had one wiped lifter. So I drained the oil and it looked really clean. So I kind of took a chance and was hoping that it was savable. I basically bought some cheap oil and ran some oil through it while it was on the stand and flushed it out, and it looked real clean. So I put a new Howard's cam in it. That thing sounded awesome. New lifters and everything. I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm sorry. I have ADHD like crazy. The interior's not horrible in this car. Anyways, new Howard's cam sounded good. The break-in process was a nightmare. I've never done that before, and it was nerve-wracking. But we broke it in okay. Got it to stay cool. Lit on fire once during the break-in, but I've heard that if the timing's too advanced, it'll it'll light up the headers. And I had an oil leak on the China wall and it dripped on it, and yeah, fire. So anyways, I didn't even get a chance to drive it but 10 miles, and the bottom end started knocking on me. Imagine that. So I was bummed about that. So fast forward, I'm pissed off about the engine, and I have an 04 Cadillac DeVille at my house that I bought for cheap to flip, and I hadn't messed with that in a long time, and TJ had this sitting on the stand and basically said, hey, just give me that Cadillac, because I think he's going to make some fun content with it or something, I don't know. And he said, you can have this engine for it. I was like, all right, deal. So the specs that I know of on this engine is it's a 4-bolt main 350 bored 60 over, so I think it's a 388. It's not a stroker. It's got a scat crank, double hump heads, some roller rockers, comp mother supper cam. It is a flat tappet, but I've heard this engine run and it's been broke in already, so I shouldn't have any issue. It's been machined by a reputable shop around here in Odessa, Texas, and it's got a high flow oil pump. Obviously the springs have been redone, and it came with this huge spacer because I think the guy had a supercharger manifold on it at one point or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's got a huge spacer on it, but I'm gonna have to run that spacer actually because of that EFI, because the EFI does not like this. So you can either trim that down or out, or get you a spacer. So I already have one, so it works out. So yeah, waiting on this to dry. Once it dries, I'm gonna get the old torque converter out, fill up my new one, get it put on, and then get this off the stand, put the transmission on this, get everything ready. The mounts, these are my swap mounts. These were freaking expensive, but they are very high quality. Everything fit perfect. And this is a direct bolt into a Foxbody factory cross member, or K member, whatever you call it. So spent a little money on these, but I wanted it to fit perfect instead of having to modify or buy some cheap shit that didn't work. And yeah, that's kind of where we stand right now. I need a cross member, I need swap headers, which I believe you can buy a set of swap headers for this swap, but they're $500, and that's a little rich for my blood. So I've looked on some forums, and apparently that's 350 swap headers for an S10 work for this swap, and they're like 200 something bucks. So probably gonna order those, and then I don't know, I'm gonna have to obviously modify from, you know, there back on the rest of the exhaust. But I need to get intake bolts. Look at the hideous crap we have going on here. I basically didn't have the right bolts. See, these are two different, like, this is a, look at these nut spacers here. I didn't have the right bolts, but I already had this stuck down on there, so we made something work temporarily until I can get a set of some nice intake bolts. But yeah, oh yeah, electric water pump. Definitely want to do an electric water pump. I've never done one before. I always wanted to, so I figured this would be the engine to do it on. And I got to figure out mounting for the alternator, because if you know anything about double humps, they don't have any mounting areas. But this was here when I got it, so I don't know if someone drilled and tapped and then put something in there and cut it off to flush it up. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to do a little research on that. But yeah, other than that, that's where we're at. Gonna get that onto here, hopefully get it set in the car. I don't know if it'll be today, but if it is, I'll show you what I got. But yeah, on to the next thing. A little update on where we're at. Engine is off the stand. I'm a little out of breath because I just put that torque converter in the transmission, and I was straddling it, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. Anyways, off the stand. Transmission and torque converter are together. Look how badass that looks. Come on now. Purple and gold. Mine. I just fucking A. Anyways. So I backed it up against this lift, so I would have something to press against, basically to stop it, so I can lock that in, because when you put these in, you're going to spin it as you do it carefully, and then it's going to pop once, and then it needs to go in another pop. And you can see how far this is recessed from the bell housing. Like I said, just spin on it while applying pressure. Not too much pressure, but enough for it to, when it finds its groove, it'll lock into place, and it'll stay from there. But yeah, I was doing it alone, so I needed something to set it behind. I'll tell you what, this little rolly thing right here, perfect for the application button. But anyways, So yeah, we're hooked up here. Now it's time to mate it to that. And then, I mean, shit, after that, I may push the old shell in here and see about putting it in. But I'm gonna go ahead and help TJ out and get this thing, go ahead and put it on the stand that engine was on, and get this whole back area cleaned up, because I mean, it's a bit of a graveyard, as you can see. There's all kinds of stuff everywhere. But anyways, yep, that's where we're at. So, oh yeah, pre-filled it with some ATF. I pretty much just put enough in there. Yeah, this bottle looks gross, but it's dusty in West Texas. Okay, this is brand new fluid. It's been on the shelf for a little bit, acquired some dust, but put enough in there to where it stopped taking it. But yeah, I'm excited. That looks so freaking good. But all right, we'll slap this together and hopefully get the shell in here and keep on going. We'll see how far we can get today. All right, here we are, bolted up, installed. Looks freaking awesome. Now, when I was putting this on, it really helped having this and this leveler right here. This is amazing for getting it at a certain angle while it's rolling around on this cart. Like, it made this so easy for me. So I highly recommend this setup to make this easy. I'm sure everyone else has probably their own way of doing it, but this was mine and it worked great. But when I was putting this on, so I got my dowels lined up, all my holes lined up great. But for whatever reason, I had this much between the engine and the trans, and I didn't want to go anymore. At the time, I thought, okay, well, maybe I just have a slight bind on the angle or whatever. So, not with an impact, with a wrench, I kind of started turning both sides in a little at a time. But each time I did that, I checked my torque converter to make sure that it was still spinning freely. Because you do not want to get this caught up in a bind, because you will force that engine to push against the torque converter and it will damage the pump, and then you're pretty much fucked after that. So always make sure you do not put that torque converter in a bind. What my issue ended up being was I tightened a little bit each time, and each time I would check the torque converter and the torque converter tightened up. So I knew that my torque converter wasn't set right. So I backed all these out, backed it up a little bit, and just turned it a little bit more while applying pressure, and it popped back in where it's supposed to be. So I guess in the middle of me moving it from here over to here, it managed to work itself out or fall back out or something. And I mean, once it fell back in where it was supposed to be, that slapped right against the block, and it was nice and easy after that. Everything worked out good. I don't have the cover on it, so I was able to get one started in there. I'll tighten that one up, and then come over here, rotate the engine as it's sitting here, just get all these nice and tight, and then that will be it, I think. So hopefully in the next little clip I will have the torque converter bolts in, tightened up, and then I'm gonna have to go steal TJ to help me push old Judas in here. I think he's burning some firewood. Yeah, so I can get it pulled in here and try to set this freaking thing in there. I'm excited, dude. This has been a long time coming. I know the last video I have up right now, or the only video I have up right now, is of that GTO, and that was a long time ago. And life happened, a lot of things happened, got rid of the GTO, blah blah blah. But I'm really making a go at this car. I want to make this a street strip car, but I want to learn a lot on the strip with this car. I want to learn, I want to race. I want to learn how to drag race. I want to learn how to no prep. I want to learn how to all kinds of shit with this thing. So I hope this is a decent start for learning all that. If y'all have any questions or tips for that matter, let me know, because I'd like to hear it for sure. So I'll keep you updated. We'll get this thing finished up. I think TJ's coming out here. You don't know it yet, but he's about to be signed up for something. All right, bell housing bolts in, Foxbody acquired, out of its freaking ruts it's been sitting in. Before I put this in, I'm just gonna do a not super detailed job, but I'm gonna at least wipe some of the hard to get areas down first before I set the engine in here. There's a few things I need to take out I don't need. This was a 5-speed car, so we got a clutch cable right there I need to take out. The fuse panel situation's a little different on this car. I need to clean it. It looks like ass, but check this shit out. Boom. 3 switches. Fuel pump, momentary for a starter, fans. I did not do that. It came like that. It was a wiring fucking nightmare, but I got it to work. I'd really like to relocate the battery to the back, but for the time being, I'm not. It's just gonna stay there. And yeah, a little bit of rust damage on the frame rail right here, or support, not frame rail, but whatever. Looks like people were pulling on it. Look at that dent. See, go. Shit. Anyways, yeah, everything looks okay right now. Get it all wiped down, get it ready to put it in. Probably gonna go Honda mode on the hood. I figured out last time when I took the engine out, actually this hood will go like all the way up, and then I'll just put this somewhere different. Fucking Mustang with Honda mode. But anyways, yeah, we're getting there. I'm gonna clean it up, and then small block Chevy Foxbody will become a actual small block Chevy Foxbody instead of just stickers. Speaking of stickers, check out this sticker. I know I already showed you all that when I unboxed this thing, but I just thought that looks funny. Oh, I can't wait. Closer and closer. All right, guys. She is in there. Whew. All in all, it wasn't too bad putting this in. I did run into an issue that my motor mounts I had on backwards. So you see how the flange is right here with the stud. Well, I had them on to where the flange was over here with the stud, and I was like, wait a minute. I had a bit of an issue with clearance, or not clearance, but so I had this thing ran up as far as I could, and you can see right here that I had the jack, this part sitting right on the bumper. It didn't do too much damage, but learn from my mistake. Make sure you take the freaking bumper off. See, it's mainly just blue paint actually. It's coming off all right. But yeah, I sat on the bumper a little bit, and I was still probably about that far away from stud to hole. So I had to go recruit TJ, and he helped me push this where it kind of fell into its hole, and when he let down on the engine hoist, and we're in good shape. Then I got the jack under the trans right now to hold it up to make everything level. Excuse my sinuses, guys. It's horrible for me right now. But yeah, I mean, it's in. I got the bolts or the nuts started on the mount. They're not tight or anything. I'm not going to tighten them just yet. But golly, look at the tight clearance for this header right here. Remember how I was bitching about those headers being $500? I'm starting to understand why. Hey, you can see my river of transmission fluid that went freaking everywhere. Looks like a bloody mess. Anyways, so yeah, cool. It's in there. Now it's officially a small block Chevrolet Foxbody. So now I think what I'm going to do is crawl in here. So if you look down into that hole there used to be a 5-speed, now there ain't a shifter. So I'm going to take this deal off. That's not even mounted down. That's great. And I'm probably gonna just wrap something around this and hook it to either side of this temporarily to hold the trans up until my cross member comes in, because I am impatient. Looks cool in there though, doesn't it? Dirty ass car. And then I hate this steering wheel. And look, I don't know if this is a Foxbody thing or not, but grab the steering wheel. I don't know if you can see it from that angle. There's a ton of play over here. The whole steering wheel's loose. And I hate it. Can't stand it. And the freaking car is lowered in the front, which I have to redo. I hate these lowering springs it has because they rub like hell. But anyways, yeah, I got to redo all these gauges. And then, yeah, this is a whole nother part of the project that I'm not going to talk about right now because I don't want to. But yeah, small block Chevy Foxbody is nearing completion. Still plenty of work to do, but the engine's in, and that's freaking exciting. So I'm probably going to end it off here with this video. The next one, hopefully it'll be putting the cross member on. Whenever I get that in, whenever I get the cross member in is when I'm going to upload my next video, because I want to tighten the motor mounts and put that in officially, and then I can get my EFI, the sniper, on here, get it plumbed. I still got to get the fuel system out of there for the sniper. It has a whole fuel system too that I got to take out and hook up to this, and it is a return style, which I am not set up for a return right now, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. My radiator, oh yeah, I forgot to show you all the radiator setup for this. It's been tucked over here in the corner since I pulled the 302 out, but it does have an aluminum radiator with 2 fans, so that will be my radiator setup. I'm gonna have to figure out how to run the auto trans lines to that. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I think what I can do, I don't know if it's the same thread, more than likely it's not, but I think what I'm gonna try to do is cut these ends off right there and right there, and leave enough meat on it to have a nipple, and I will tighten this into the radiator and then put a rubber hose from here and then cut probably right there where it straightens out, and just run rubber lines, because on that radiator I believe the auto trans lines are on this side, and on this transmission they come through over here. So that's the plan for now. Then I'll have to figure out radiator hoses. Fuel line shouldn't be a big deal. I wanted to run a heater, excuse me, but I don't know if I'll be able to now because I'm running an electric water pump and it does not have the port to run for the feed for the heater core. So cool. This might be a just full on, just no AC, no heat, but whatever. I just lost train of thought, sorry. All right, yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have anything to add to this, if you've done this, have any tips, I would love to hear them, because I'm all about tips at this point, because I've never done this before. So anyways, guys, if you leave a like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, man. I'm really trying to do something with this and learn the racing / the mechanical side of putting a car together. So that would just motivate me quite a bit to keep doing this, because I really want to, but I'm also busy at the same time, so that would really help out. So thank y'all again for watching, and we'll see y'all next time whenever I get some more parts in. Appreciate it. I thought that was the end of the video. Not quite yet. One more little thing. Bam. I had to throw that sniper on here to see how it was going to look, and it is freaking sick. It's still really dirty from sitting around. I need to clean it up, but yeah, that looks, I am so stoked. I got a breather for it over there, but I'm definitely going to need a cowl induction hood, because yeah, that sits really high. Really freaking high. It is a really big spacer. I probably don't need one that big at all, but I'm gonna leave it on there because it looks cool, unless it gives me problems. That's about how it goes. Anyways, all right, see you in the next one, guys.